Good morning. You're listening to Trusting God at All Times, a daily devotion from Peakland United Methodist Church in Lynchburg, Virginia. I'm Andrew, the deacon here at Peakland. And today, I thought it would be helpful if we told you a couple of jokes, because I feel like some days we all just need to smile in the morning. And so Kim is here to help me today as we tell you a couple of very well thought out jokes. Moses was leading the Israelites around in the desert for 40 years.
Seems even in biblical times men avoided asking for directions.
The preacher's Sunday sermon was Forgive Your Enemies. Toward the end of the service, he asked his congregation, How many of you have forgiven their enemies? About half held up their hands. He then repeated his question. As it was past lunchtime this time, about 80% held up their hands. He then repeated his question again. All responded except one small elderly lady. Mrs. Jones, inquired the preacher, are you not willing to forgive your enemies? I don't have any, she replied, smiling sweetly. Mrs. Jones, that is very unusual. How old are you? 93, she replied. Oh, Mrs. Jones, what a blessing and a lesson to all of us you are. Would you please come down in front of this congregation and tell us all how a person can live 93 years and not have an enemy in the world? The little sweetheart of a lady tottered down the aisle, faced the congregation, and said, I outlived the old hags.
What kind of man was Boaz before he married Ruth?
He was ruthless.
A kindergarten teacher gave her class a show-and-tell assignment of bringing something to represent their religion. The first child got in front of the class and said, My name is Benjamin, and I am Jewish, and this is the Star of David. The second child got in front of her class and said, My name is Mary. I am Catholic, and this is a crucifix. The third child got up in front of his class and said, My name is Tommy, and I am a Methodist, and this is a casserole.
A kindergarten teacher was observing her class as the children drew pictures. The teacher would occasionally walk around and see each child's artwork. As she approached one little girl who was working especially hard, she asked what the drawing was. The little girl told her, I am drawing God. But, sweetie, the teacher replied, no one actually knows what God looks like. Automatically, the little girl continued drawing and said, Well, they certainly will in a minute.
Why did Adam and Eve do math every day? They were told to be fruitful and multiply.
Where was Solomon's temple located? On the side of his head, duh.
When someone needed a boat made, what did the people in town say? We know a guy.
Speaking of Noah, did Noah include termites on the ark?
It was Palm Sunday, but because of a sore throat, 5-year-old Annie stayed home from church with her mother. When the rest of the family returned home, they were carrying palm fronds. Annie asked them what they were for. People held them over Jesus' head as he rode by on a colt, her father explained. Wouldn't you know it, Annie fussed. The one Sunday I'm sick and Jesus shows up and offers pony rides.
After dying in a car crash, 3 friends go to heaven for orientation. They were all asked the same question. When you are in the casket, friends and family are mourning over you. What would you like to hear them say about you? The first guy immediately responds, I would like to hear them say that I was one of the greatest doctors of my time and a great man. The second guy said, I would like to hear them say that I was a wonderful husband and school teacher who made a huge difference in our children of tomorrow. The last guy thinks a minute and replies, I'd like to hear them say, Look, he's moving! These have been some jokes with Kim and Andrew. I hope that at least one of them made you smile today.